out there? This is Wakeangel2K1, and this is my review of Wonder Woman. Specifically speaking, the Wonder Woman from the new Justice League Action toy line. There has been quite a lot of Justice League Action toys for a while, but this is an actual 4-inch scale toy line. Now, a quick look at the packaging. We see it's just a very basic blister bubble type thing, demonstrating the accessory that it comes with. That's right here. We'll get into that in a bit. Along with some kind of advertisement for an app of some kind that I've never heard of, and a surprising amount of Spanish put right on the front of the packaging. I'm actually somewhat surprised that Wonder Woman in English is the first one we get, because this is if we turn around to the back of the packaging, you can see there's more just Spanish language stuff right up front. It leads me to think that this thing was actually made for distribution in Spanish-speaking countries, and they just decided to bring it here, which is kind of weird. Apparently it's some kind of Power Connects toy line, which is probably just a big word for the toys can use each other's accessories, because the back of the box shows Wonder Woman holding Batman's gun and the Joker's mallet. Speaking of which, this first wave also has a Batman, Superman, and Joker figure, because you gotta have a bad guy, and why not one of the most iconic bad guys ever? And, you gotta have Batman and Superman. I'm actually somewhat surprised that Wonder Woman got to be in the first wave, but, they call it the Trinity for a reason, and besides, the Wonder Woman movie just came out, so that's probably what... Honestly, if it wasn't for the Wonder Woman movie, I am 100% certain that the fourth figure in this wave probably would have been Firestar or some other male superhero. But, I digress. Now, let's talk about the toy itself. Wonder Woman is just about 4 inches tall. So, for a bit of context, in size comparison, here's the World of Nintendo Ocarina of Time Link and Donatello from the Ninja Turtles, whom I accidentally bumped over. There we go. So yeah, she's just about 4 inches tall. It would very comfortably fit in this scale. Now the figure itself is based, of course, from her appearance in the Justice League Action cartoon, which I mentioned. It is a cartoon on Cartoon Network, although they do everything they can to try and ignore it. They give it one time per week, which is at 7:30 a.m. on Saturdays, and they never air reruns, they never give any advertising for the show, and yeah, it's like every indication is that Cartoon Network is just trying to fulfill a contractual obligation to Warner Brothers and then push it out as quickly as they can. Exactly like what they're doing with Transformers, and what they did with Sonic Boom. Basically, if it's not Teen Titans Go, then they don't want to hear from it. But I encourage everyone to support the show as best they can. Do fan art of it, post information about it, watch it, of course. It's on demand on most cable services, quite a few episodes, and just buy the merchandise. And it's a good show, and this is pretty good merchandise. So let the network know that you like this show and you don't want it to get canceled. And maybe they can put it in reruns for half of Cartoon Network's 14-hour day instead of putting Teen Titans Go all the time. Alright, so the figure itself has she has a swivel cut at the neck, which allows her head to turn. Although her hair is a softer material so that it can flex out of the way, but it does kind of get in the way because she has very long hair and a big sideburn bang on the side of her hair. She has universal joints in her shoulders. They can go almost out to a T pose. And of course they can rotate all the way around. So, very good. She has an almost 90-degree elbow with a bicep swivel, but nothing at the wrist. She has a waist joint. She has very nicely cut hips. They can go forwards, back, and outwards very well. Although they do a thing where when you push them forwards, they kind of rotate themselves a little bit. But that's okay because she has universal joints at the knees, so her legs are able to compensate. Although she has no foot articulation and her feet are very small, so it's actually kind of difficult to get her to stand in some poses. She has holes in her feet for obviously to fit a peg stand, but she doesn't actually come with a stand. So, yeah. You're going to have some challenges getting her to stand, unless you can find a compatible stand. Actually, let me try something. Haha! Yes! She's compatible with these little Sonic the Hedgehog stands from Jazzwares. So look at that. I have a compatible figure stand for action posing. That's kind of fun and awesome. I like that. Alright, so let's have her stay in this cool kick pose I put her in so we can look at her accessories. Her accessories come in parts. She has an Amazonian shield, and she has this thing, which is a missile launcher. It is a pressure lock missile system kind of thing. So, you just... as far as pressure missiles go, they're not terrible. Could use a little bit of paint dealing. Like, if they picked out the star and the W in gold and left the rest blue, that probably would have looked really cool. But, you know, it's just a thing. This is the gimmicky thing you stick in for the little kids. It's not really a major accessory. It's not part of the draw. The missiles, on the other hand, have a dual purpose. Because, as you can see, they have a little ball here for the pressure lock system. But if you also note, one is a peg and one is a hole. They can be combined together into a double-headed spear staff weapon thing. It's kind of cool. And she can hold it on either handle side. Clips very comfortably into her hand. And I think the central part... no, the central part is too fat to actually go into her hand the same way. But, yeah, this is where wrist swivels would have kind of been nice. I mean, it's not like this part is too small to put a wrist swivel in. I guess they figured the bicep swivels would be enough, but I don't know. They really should have put some wrist swivels on her. That's a little bit of a missed opportunity. But she can hold the weapon just fine in her hand, and the shield has a handle which clips into her hand also, just as well. Let's just get her hand positioned properly, and yeah. Of course, if you thought she was top heavy before, she's super top heavy with the with this gigantic shield. Yeah, she's her accessories are not designed to be super lightweight for a posing option. This is the figure looks nice enough that you can display her, but if you want her to be displayed with weapons, you're gonna have to play a very delicate balancing act. Oh, hey, look, I got her to stand with the shield. Can we get a twofer? Can she wield both of her weapons? Come on, come on. Haha! Tiny feet be darned! Here she is standing completely unsupported with both of her giant accessories. That's not bad at all. Yeah, look at that. Of course, there's this thing. Like I said, it's a gimmick for the kids, and it isn't really a displayable part of her, because like that thing is kind of too big to be a handle to hold it like a gun. See, it just doesn't work. Hey, I forgot to record this part when I was messing with the toy, but there is a way to get Wonder Woman to hold the missile launcher. You gotta peg it into the hole on her shield. Then you can put the handle from the shield in her hand. It's not exactly elegant, and there's no way you can get her to stand other than having the thing down by her side, because if you try to get her to hold it up, it's just going to knock her right over. But it can technically be done, so there you go. She can hold the missile launcher. That being said, let's get back to the, recording part. And there is a place to peg it in, believe it or not. It's on her back. There's a big old hexagon hole in her back, which you can peg the thing into. And as long as she's looking straight over her own left shoulder, she will be fine. Because there is no way in hell you're going to be able to turn her head back with this thing sticking on there. It's just not... I'm guessing all the figures have that hex port in their back so that they can wear their weapon like a backpack, but Wonder Woman's the only one that actually has hair, and they didn't quite think it through when they were planning this accessory gimmick. But like I said, why does she need like a jetpack anyway? Wonder Woman in Justice League Action can fly, so, forget it. So yeah, this is a very, very nice figure. She could use wrist swivels, and I wish her feet were a little bit bigger. If not, I wish she actually came included with a stand instead of me having to cannibalize a stand from another toy line. But yeah, it's a great Wonder Woman figure. It looks just like she does on the cartoon, and maybe if the merchandise from this cartoon sells, Cartoon Network won't cancel it like they did with Young Justice and Thundercats and Beware the Batman and you know, a whole bunch of other good shows that were better than Teen Titans Go that they chose to get rid of because the merchandise doesn't sell as well. I'm never gonna get over that. I'm going to be angry about that until the day I die. This has been Wakeangel 2001, and I'm signing off.